March 1st. We're on the road today for the next few days, next couple of weeks actually, but I'll try to put these out if I can daily. There's some stuff going on. We've got the situation up around Northern California where the scattered showers are showing up. This is Truckee. You know, the big story last week was 9 feet of snow. And then where did it go, right? I mean, yesterday was humid. It was warm. Temperatures in the 80s. I saw upper 80s in some places. Record-setting temperatures in Southern California and Southwest, desert Southwest. Rain and snow melt. And just amazing how much snow went away. Well, now we've got more showers showing up. I'll try to make this seamless. This is Northern California. This is a live radar right now. And this is all brought to you via Starlink. By the way, Starlink's not a bad setup. It really isn't. In terms of, it's not that much. It's like $50 a month. If you're moving around a lot, it's awesome. Sorry about the slurp, but that cuff's hard not to. Okay, so there's the showers. And that's going to move into Northern California. And the potential for a thunder shower does exist. But for the bulk of us, it's not a big deal. It's just sort of just something. This is Truckee downtown, 38 degrees right now. This is Heavenly Valley, 35 degrees. Folks out on the hill, it is not that cold. It's going to get into the 40s and 50s, and the humidity remains high today as those clouds stay north. And this is the kind of, in Northern California, this is kind of how it looks. Southern California will see more sunshine. We go looking for our next opportunity for rain, snow, and weather. We got that thing up in Northern California now, and that is a next opportunity, but it doesn't look like it's going to be a heck of a lot, and we'll get to the models and look at that. Here's the system now, and I have to move something. Oh, there it is. My array is a little different than I usually have it. Okay, and so here is the low, right? You see it. And that's that cutoff low that was plaguing us. And that's a lot of really awesome moisture, but the dynamics are still that center of the low, the cinnamon roll. Those are the dynamics. And those dynamics are not that close to the coast. You want to be right underneath them. Like you'd want to be right in. See where that comma is? That's where all the vorticity is. That's where all the spin is. That's where all the lift is. That's where the dynamics are. There's dynamics out front here, but you're actually looks like you're getting a bit of an occluded weather system with the warm front kind of overrunning the colder air behind it. So it's weakening a bit, but you do get a kind of a persistent rain in this zone. And as this low tracks onshore, I know the opportunity for thunderstorms will be increased this afternoon. This is our jet stream, purple, north, cool, blue, green, warmer to the south. And then you see that low, right? You can pick it out. That's a cooler footprint. And as we push forward, you can see it here. This is this afternoon and this evening. And that's the dynamics going through Northern California. So showers, thunder showers. So, I'd say between noon today and 4 this afternoon, Redding, Red Bluff, chance of a thunder shower. Then watch what happens. You see the jet stream pull to the north. Can you visualize the jet stream? I think this is really a great way to look at it. And then you see this trough dig in. There's a little cool plug. There's some energy. And that is at this coming Wednesday, which is an opportunity for maybe something else. We'll keep an eye on that. And then a large ridge builds in. Look at that ridge. Look at that, all the way up into almost into Alaska. You can see the ridge. That's the warmer air. So now, I bet this is sinking in, huh? Cold air, warm air, cold air, warm air. Trough, ridge, trough, ridge. Predictable, right? And that whole pattern shifts. It just does. And that's how we get our weather, and that's how it all goes. And right now, it looks as though we're going to go into a very dry pattern as we go into the next week or so, which isn't awesome. This is the HRRR. This is showing where the rain. Let's make sure. Let's hook up to Sunday morning. So about now, it's a little more aggressive than our radar. Not bad though, not bad. So that phase is okay with the radar. And then here we are, mid-morning. And as the sun hits the ground a little bit, you look at Southern Oregon. Remember, this is the rapid update model, real quick and more granular, hour by hour. So here we are Sunday afternoon. That's your best chance for thunderstorms. That's Redding. That's, Whiskey Town, maybe Crescent City, maybe Point Arena. See those bands, those showers, and you'll see. So that's convective, and that's the energy from that low. That's, as a matter of fact, see the low right here. You can just see that's the core of the low. This is tonight or late this afternoon, and you can see this would be the right quadrant here, right? The white quadrant here. Lower right's here, upper right's here. Most of this activity is in the upper right. And you go, well, why isn't there more activity further south? And that's just the way this thing is oriented. It's just most of the energy is going to the north. So push forward. And then now we're into Monday morning right there. So yeah, kind of unsettled, but none of it's awesomeness. None of it is. Hope you had a good day. Down towards kind of Point Conception again. Did not bring the surfboard though, because there's literally no surf. I mean, there is. You could longboard, I think, but I just brought a bike and some hiking shoes. Here is the H triple R. Still H triple R. Make sure. What are you? Gosh dang it! I think it's H triple R. Yeah, this is H triple R, and this is just a different view of it. And here we are into. This is how this resolves, but it's pretty much what we just looked at, especially up around Redding. And then you'll see when we get to the rainfall accumulations, you'll see why Redding has like an inch over it, because they're expecting a convective shower, which is really hard to forecast. But I think they will see something in that valley. Redding's funny because it sits at the north end of the valley, and that if you picture it when you're driving north on 5, you know how it's kind of curved. Well, the south winds, even with this storm, there's a southwest wind, even though it's moving easterly, there's a southwest wind coming up underneath, and it funnels up into where Lake Shasta is. And it creates an orographic mechanism with really strong dynamics. And that's why when you see the rainfall accumulations, you'll pick up on that. Here is the jet stream. Looks like it's a little behind. Let me go back. This is this afternoon. So yeah, the right front quadrant, there it is. And that's chance of thunderstorms. And then some lingering stuff into Monday. And then done. And then there's that dip, remember that? And then done. And then this huge ridge of high pressure. That's a big ridge. Gets a little dirty. Look at Southern California, that's interesting. Look at the cutback on this. So watch right in here. Does this mean this will happen? No, but this is out a ways. This is next Saturday. But look at that. Look at that retrograde. Retrograde means it's just going the other way. It's going away from the jet stream's going this way, this low. See the low going that way? And that would be something special for Southern California and parts of northern Baja. So that's on the table. We'll see how that plans out. And then that ridge of high pressure is dominant. And if you're looking forward to any rain, not feeling it, right? I mean, any significant event. I'm kind of looking at these. I glanced at them once this morning, but I'm kind of looking at them with you guys for the first time together, which is what we do. This is that rainfall accumulation. See if we can get to load. Just was loading. There it is. Okay, must have updated. Okay, so this is what's going on in Redding now. So this takes us through this afternoon, and you're look at these. I don't know if you can read it, but that purple area up in Redding here is 1.1 inches. Everything in green is like less than an inch, a half inch in Crescent City. That's what we're expecting today. So even in the west slope of Sierra Nevada, would be orographically consumed or produce showers. So you see it's 0.1, 0.2. Marin County, probably some drizzle, but that's about it. If you look at this is GFS, and then we'll look at that next system that comes through. Remember that little blip that comes through? I think it's on Wednesday. There it is, and that adds, doesn't it? Adds a little bit, but not much. All mainly all mainly to the north. And wow, isn't that spectacular? Yeah. So that's up by Wairika. Look at the lenticular clouds, right? Always, when you see these, you got something going on. That's a low level wind, right? You're getting in what you're seeing. I can't tell which way the wind's. Well, the wind's probably blowing this way. So the rise, sink, air's rising, forms the cloud, sinks. Air rises, forms the cloud, sinks. It's a wave clouds, gravity waves. Huh? Interesting, huh? Oh, I don't know if that's exactly right, but that's the general. Your glider pilot, you get all fired up for that. But that's a beautiful shot. That's the cloud cover. That shows you it's going to be cooler today. This is that rain up in Crescent City. And we saw that on the radar here, right? And that's the latest. So this is as of about 9:45 this morning. I'm running behind schedule. Okay, so we got that. Let's see what else we got here. So pull that down, and then we'll roll into, this is Susanville, Roop Town. Susan Roop, and they changed it from they changed it from Roop Town, which sounds kind of janky, to Susanville. The Mr. Roop's daughter's name was Susan. And another name that sucked was Bigler, Lake Bigler. That one cracks me up because I think he was the governor, one of the first governors of the state. And I don't know if he was a great. I don't think he was an awesome governor from what I've read. But they named Lake Tahoe Bigler, Lake Bigler. It was named Lake Bigler for a long time. Until somebody goes, that sucks. It kind of does, because it would be fine, but it kind of sucks. Okay, I love that shot though. Susanville, very special. They're going to get some scattered showers. Snow levels will be high, and we didn't anticipate much in the way of snow. Temperatures will cool down. This is out in the valley. So we're looking at out towards Cottonwood and Red Bluff, kind of looking towards the west from the foothills, and you can just get an idea for what's going on in the valley. Now it looks like the valley, but one of the first things you pick up on is how green everything is. That's awesome. Mount Diablo, and then this is Walnut Grove. Temperature in Walnut Grove today goes 60, a humid 65, 66 degrees, maybe 67. And then this is, where are we? Oh, this is Stampede. This is up in Lake Tahoe area, Truckee. So we're looking towards the northeast, kind of a little bit, but that's out by Stampede Reservoir. That is Stampede Reservoir. And then we've got Salinas Valley. Look at that bad boy. That's fogged in. It's a different kind of fog. It's valley fog, but it's barely valley fog. It's almost, well, it might be coastal fog actually. Wait, yeah. Sorry, I didn't do the analysis on that. Could be coastal fog coming off the water. Let's I don't think I can do it though because the cloud cover. I was gonna go pull up the visible. This is visible satellite. This is Bakersfield. And I wanted to show you this because air quality, you can see it, right? There's no valley fog, so that must have been coastal fog. This is Bakersfield area, and we'll pull in the Fresno Hanford zone, and you can see the colors lit up. By the way, I'm in one of those Sprinter vans. I've had it for years, a couple years now, 2 or 3. But the thing's a giant battery. I got lithium polymer batteries. I got heaters. It is so overkill. It's awesome, right? It's perfect. It's like if you're a little kid, you design something. The only thing it doesn't have is like a bat copter attachment. It's got so much S on it. But it's funny. It's just like, yeah, everything. If you've ever played around in one of these, it's like, wow, a lot of stuff. And a lot of stuff goes wrong. And not much. Your car runs great, but there's so much stuff on it. Electrical systems, water pumps, water heaters, air conditioners, hot water, cold water, 2 showers. It's like little things always go wrong. It's like a house. This is Fresno. Now the air quality's not that good. It kind of shows that it's a little bit gungy. Not bad though. And then we'll take a look down in Vandenberg. Yeah, that's coastal fog because we're looking towards the south right now. Vandenberg, good air quality above Vandenberg. Then we go down to LA. That looks pretty good to me. And I can't remember how it looks. This is That's LA right down there. But you see some coastal fog offshore, sure. And then if we look at the air quality in LA today, and again, this is usually worse in the morning. Not bad, not bad. More worse down towards Long Beach in the morning because the inversion, the cool air from the day is kind of still hugging the ground. So there's not been a lot of mixing yet. So the particulate matter all hugs the ground too inside that inversion. And as the day goes on, the sun heats the ground, the air will start to rise, and you'll start seeing vertical mixing, and the air quality becomes better. So if we check this afternoon, it'd probably be better. Plus, I suspect on a Sunday it's not as aggressive because of the lack of morning of commute. San Diego, UC, San Diego. I believe, I think they did. I think they filmed one of the Planet of the Apes when they got. You remember Planet of the Apes? I love Planet of the Apes, but remember when it got all weird and they started going like Planet of the Apes 10, Back to the Future or whatever. But they used the dorms or the campus. It was so new at the time. The buildings they used looked like, and then you'll see it if you watch. I can't remember which one it would be. Those movies were awesome though. Remember the end with the Statue of Liberty? Jeez. These were the high temperatures forecast for today. Yeah, mid 60s, upper 60s, Central Valley. Southern California, where I am, it's about 75. Los Angeles, close to 81. San Francisco, 62. This is today. Watch what happens tomorrow. A little cooler. Still above average by a few degrees, certainly in the coastal zones. Winds are more onshore now. Here is the national map. Yeah, that system's interesting. I'm pausing a little because I haven't really done a ton of analysis because I really just want to get this out to you. I mean, we're doing it together, which is awesomer. But you can see the energy off this guy, and you can see where the energy lives. It's spinning itself out offshore. It's wrapping itself up, and when they wrap up too much, they it's almost like a top. When you spin a top and like that. Kids don't even know what that is anymore, but you do. You spin the top, and the top, right, that first pull is it's tight and fast and energy. And turn it, well, that's what same, these things, I don't know if that's a great analogy, I think it is, that these things do the same thing. They get spun up, like that's spinning up. And when they get spun up like that, they burn out in the Pacific for the most part, even though it is producing some scattered showers up towards Point Arena right now, a little bit towards Fort Bragg, but really light stuff. And then these are the watches and warnings, minimal, not even no dense fog advisories, nothing. A little something in Alaska. Let's check them out real quick. Thanks for indulging. What's that red, right? Anytime I see red, I'm like, ouch. Let's see what the red, blizzard warning. Oh man, they're not messing around. And I get a blizzard warning in Alaska. Wow. Not that you're ever going to go up there, but I mean, during a blizzard. This is Ocean Beach. Winds are a little slightly onshore, swells 2 to 4. No big surf. You're not going to hear anything about Mavericks or any of that kind of stuff the next week anyway. We're sort of into this mild kind of surf pattern, but you can see the flow is onshore. The winds are blowing from behind the waves towards you. Not ideal for surfing at all, and that's why you don't see surfers. And then this is Point Conception. Winds are light. A couple guys out, probably 2 to 4. Same thing. Surf forecast small. This is Carlsbad. Carlsbad today will go into the upper 60s, low 70s. Is it going to load? All right. Well, it's not. Let's do it anyway. You guys are in. Thanks for watching. Tell me what you like, what you don't like. If this is annoying, that's not going to work. Oh, there you go. If it's annoying, if the audio sucks or the camera's too much, let me know. I mean, I don't want to be annoying. And it's funny. I usually don't, like when I was on TV, I didn't really ask for help because people are nutty. But you guys are kind of qualified. If you're here and you're watching me and Jackie on the nest and the wind blowing in the trees at Big Bear, you guys have good suggestions. I mean, everything I've put together the last 6 months is because of you guys. You guys go, well, I like this, I like that, I don't like this, I like that. Don't get all weird about it. But just I know how to present weather. But what works for you is what's most important to me. I found that out in TV too. I learned how to do TV was from waiting tables. Jackie's got 2 eggs now, by the way. From waiting tables, I learned how to talk to people. and I could watch their eyes. Waiting tables was one of the best jobs I ever had. I had Charlie Brown's in Emeryville, first waiter in the host in the Charlie Brown's chain, which was all attractive women, which was a great spot for me in the 70s, early 80s. And I was going to Cal, but I would go to the table, and I got really, you're basically, when you're a waiter, you're taking people's money. You're taking their order, but you're taking their money. I got really good at watching people when I tell a story or whatever, and I mean, it's not being manipulated. It's just a skill you develop when you see people's eyes getting bored or being interested, getting bored or being interested. And, um, it, uh, it gave me a good instinct for how to present things. I know, and I don't think I'm all that, but if waiting tables, especially when the way I did it, because I love the money you can make. Jackie, 2 eggs, and I love the people. I talk about all this all the time. Actually, 41 degrees. My wife has to hear it. Big day at North Star. I really ended up liking people a lot more, a lot more. And I can tell you, in 5 years of waiting tables, I had great window sections overlooking the Golden Gate Bridge, blah, blah, blah. Always made bank for back in the 70s, even before the tip law. But I can tell you, thousands of customers. I can think of maybe one table that I didn't really like. I know, I liked them all because people were happy when they go out to this is Mammoth. People are happy when they go out to dinner or lunch or whatever it was, usually dinner. And they're sweet as heck. And it's really cute. And when you see a father with his family and how proud he was to be able to provide for his family and have this special night out, and they're dressed up, and it was, and I would make it, I knew that, and I would play into that because it was easy, because it was infectious. Yeah. How about that? All right. More than you needed to know. Venice Beach today, they'll go in the 60s, low 70s. So a nice day. So what did we talk about? We got those showers up north. Little something from Marin County north tonight, tomorrow, especially up towards Point Arena, Redding, Mount Lassen, and north into Shasta. Thunderstorms are a real possibility. Maybe even in the North Bay. I'm not seeing that though. A break on Monday. And then Tuesday night into Wednesday, we get a little tweak that goes through that doesn't do much. And then a dominant ridge of high pressure wants to set up. Jackie's got 2 eggs. That's awesome. We didn't do any, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do any California history stuff. Talked about Roop a little bit, but I don't have a pen or paper. All right, you guys. Listen, thanks for that. Thanks for joining. Thanks for signing up. Tell a friend, because I like your friends. All right. Take care.